Welcome back to Cozy English Podcast. I'm Avery.
And I'm Melody. We're so glad you could join us today.
We have a really interesting topic today. Melody, let me ask you a question. Did you know that you probably use artificial intelligence every single day?
That sounds very futuristic. Artificial intelligence. Like in the movies with robots?
Exactly. That's what most people think of, but it's actually much more common than that. For example, do you ever talk to your phone assistant? Like asking for the weather or to set an alarm.
Oh, yeah, all the time. I ask my phone for directions, to play music. Is that AI?
That's AI. Or how about when you finish a video on YouTube and it recommends another one?
Right, and it's usually a pretty good recommendation. So that's AI too.
Yep, it's all around us. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. We're diving into the world of AI in our everyday lives and asking the big question, how smart is your computer really?
Okay, so I'm excited to learn more. You said my phone assistant is AI, but I still feel like I don't really know what artificial intelligence means. Can you explain it in simple terms?
Of course, that's a great place to start. Think of it this way. Artificial intelligence, or AI for short, is basically about making computers smart.
Smart how? Like, can they think?
Not exactly like humans think. It's more about teaching computers to learn and recognize patterns. Just like how we learn from experience, AI learns from information, or what we call data.
Data, so information.
Exactly. So, for example, if you show a computer thousands of pictures of cats, it will start to learn the patterns, the pointy ears, the whiskers, the shape of the eyes. After enough practice, it can look at a new picture and say, that's a cat.
Oh, I see. So it's not thinking, that's a cute fluffy animal. It's just recognizing a pattern it has learned.
You got it. It's pattern recognition. This is called image recognition, and it's a big part of AI. It's how your phone can organize your photos by people's faces.
That makes so much sense now. So what about voice assistants? How does that work?
It's a similar idea. When you speak to your phone, the AI has been trained on thousands and thousands of hours of human speech. It learns to recognize the patterns in your voice, the sounds, the words, the sentences.
Uh-huh.
It then turns your spoken words into text that the computer can understand, and then it finds the answer and often speaks it back to you.
Wow, so it's all about learning from huge amounts of information.
Precisely. Another huge example is recommendation systems.
Like you mentioned with YouTube videos.
Yes, or Netflix movies or songs on Spotify. The AI looks at what you watch or listen to. It sees the patterns. It might notice you like action movies with a certain actor.
Right.
Then it looks at what other people who like the same things also enjoy. Based on all that data, it makes a guess, a recommendation about what you might like to watch next.
And it's often right. It's a little bit scary how well it knows me. So to summarize, AI isn't a robot brain. It's a computer system that has been trained to recognize patterns in data, whether that data is images, sounds, or our habits.
That is a perfect summary. It helps computers understand information and make decisions or predictions based on that information. So now that we have a basic idea of what AI is, let's talk more about where we see it every day. We've already mentioned a few.
Yeah, phone assistants and movie recommendations. Those are big ones. What else?
How did you get to the studio today, Melody?
I drove, and I used the Maps app on my phone to check for traffic.
And there you go, another perfect example. Maps and navigation apps use AI.
How so?
Well, the app collects real-time data from all the other users on the road. It sees how fast cars are moving. It recognizes patterns, like if cars in one area are suddenly slowing down.
A traffic jam.
Exactly. The AI predicts that there's a traffic jam and estimates how long the delay will be. Then it can find a faster route for you. It's constantly learning from new data to give you the best directions.
That's incredible. I use that every day and never thought of it as AI. I just thought it was a smart map.
It is a smart map, made smart by AI.
Okay. I have another one. What about translation apps? I used one on my last vacation. I could speak into my phone in English, and it would say the sentence out loud in Spanish. It felt like magic.
That's a great one. Translation apps are a very powerful form of AI. Just like with voice assistants, they've been trained on a massive amount of text that has been translated by humans.
So it learns the patterns between languages.
Right. It learns that a certain phrase in English usually corresponds to a certain phrase in Spanish. The newest AI models are getting so good that they can even understand context and grammar much better than before.
It's not perfect, but it's a huge help when you're traveling.
Totally. Okay, what about at home? Do you have any smart home devices, like a smart speaker or smart lights?
I have a smart speaker in my kitchen. I use it to set timers when I'm cooking or to play music.
And when you say, hey, set a timer for 10 minutes, what's happening?
It's AI again, isn't it? The device is using voice recognition to understand my command.
You're an expert now. Yes, it's the same AI technology as a phone assistant, just in a different device. It recognizes your voice, processes the command, and performs the action.
It's really everywhere, even on websites, right? I've noticed when I'm shopping online, I often see a little pop-up window that says, chat with us, and I can type a question. Is that a real person?
Sometimes it is, but very often it's an AI chatbot.
A chatbot?
Yeah, it's a computer program designed to simulate a conversation. It's been trained on common customer questions and answers. So if you ask, what are your shipping costs, or what is your return policy, the AI can instantly give you the answer.
That saves a lot of time instead of waiting for a person to reply.
It does, and it's getting better at understanding more complex questions too. So let's list them out. Phone assistants, movie and music recommendations, navigation apps, translation tools, smart home devices, and chatbots. And that's just a few.
It's really woven into the fabric of our daily lives.
This brings us to a really interesting question, Melody. We've seen all these amazing things AI can do. So how smart is it really? Can it think like us?
That's the million-dollar question. From our conversation, it seems like AI is very good at specific tasks. It can recognize a cat, or translate a sentence, or find the fastest route. But can it, have a feeling or an original idea?
That's a key point. AI does not have consciousness, emotions, or self-awareness like humans do. It doesn't understand what a cat is. It doesn't feel happy or sad. It just recognizes mathematical patterns in data.
Right. So its intelligence is very different from human intelligence.
Exactly. A big limitation is that AI is only as good as the data it learns from.
What do you mean by that?
Well, if you train an AI on biased or incomplete data, the AI will also be biased. For example, if you train an image recognition AI only on pictures of white cats, it might have trouble recognizing a black cat.
Oh, that makes sense. So it can make mistakes.
Absolutely. It can make mistakes, and sometimes those mistakes can be strange. An AI might see a picture that looks like random static to us, but it'll be 100% confident that it's a picture of a school bus, just because a few pixels are arranged in a pattern it recognizes.
So it doesn't have common sense.
Not at all. It can't reason about the world in the way we do. It can translate a sentence, but it doesn't understand the cultural meaning behind the words. It can recommend the movie, but it doesn't experience the joy or sadness of watching it.
So the big question, can AI replace humans? I hear a lot of people worry about that AI will take all the jobs.
That's a valid concern, and it's a complex topic. AI will certainly change many jobs. Some repetitive tasks might be automated, but AI is more of a tool. It's something that can help humans.
How so?
Think of a doctor. An AI could analyze thousands of medical scans in minutes and highlight areas that might be a problem. This helps the doctor make a faster, more accurate diagnosis. The AI isn't replacing the doctor, it's assisting them.
So it's a powerful assistant.
A very powerful assistant. The benefits are huge. It can help us solve complex problems in science and medicine, make our daily lives more convenient, and help us communicate across language barriers. But there are risks too, like we talked about with bias in data, and of course, questions about privacy.
Right, because all these apps are collecting data about us to learn.
Exactly. So it's important to be aware of how it works. AI is a tool. and like any tool, it can be used for good or for bad. It's incredibly smart at its specific trained task, but it lacks the general intelligence, creativity, and understanding that makes us human.
That was a fantastic explanation, Avery. I feel like I understand AI so much better now.
I'm glad. And now it's time for our listeners to practice. We're going to ask you a few questions about AI. You can pause the podcast and try to answer them out loud. It's great practice for your speaking skills.
Ready? Here is the first question. Do you use any AI tools in your daily life? Think about your phone or your computer. Which ones do you use?
Great job. Maybe you thought about your phone's map or a music streaming service. Now for the next question. What are some apps on your phone that you think use AI? Name 2 or 3.
Excellent. Did you think of social media with its feed that shows you posts it thinks you'll like? That's AI too. Okay, last question. This one is a bigger one. Do you think AI will change the future? Why or why not?
That's a deep question, but it's fun to think about. There's no right or wrong answer. Thank you for practicing with us. And that brings us to the end of our episode on artificial intelligence. I hope this was a helpful and interesting conversation for all of you learning English.
It was definitely interesting for me. Let's do a quick recap of some of the useful vocabulary we used today.
Good idea. The first and most important one is artificial intelligence, or AI. Remember, this means making computers smart by teaching them to learn from data.
Next up is recommendation. A recommendation is a suggestion. Your streaming service gives you a movie recommendation based on what you've watched before.
Another good one is assistant. A phone assistant is a helper on your phone that uses AI to understand your voice commands.
And one more, a little more technical, but good to know, algorithm. An algorithm is a set of rules or instructions that a computer follows. AI uses complex algorithms to learn from data.
Perfect. We would love to hear from you. Our question for you this week is, do you use AI in your daily life? And what do you think about it?
You can let us know in the comments section on our website or on our social media channels. We love reading your thoughts.
And if you found this episode helpful, please consider sharing it with a friend who's also learning English.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Cozy English podcast so you don't miss our next episode. Thanks for listening.
Bye for now.